you disagree with the criminal, uh, the new criminal act, which now criminalize insults against president, vice president, public officials, etc. According to your Sanda and your personal view, that law is discriminatory because other people who might also be victims of such an act are not covered or protected by the law. Let's look at this this act itself. I even heard that even people who are fortune sayers, people which are traditionally very established in our society, might go in, get into conflict with the law. What do you understand about this new criminal law?
It's a bad law. It's an unjust law. I mean, that provision, because it's within the whole big law, the criminal offenses.
But the government argue that, in fact, this is going to protect people from unnecessary abuse, insults.
If you, according to that law,
yeah,
if you insult the father of the Imam Ratib right now, by law, nothing will happen to you, according to that law. Okay. If you insult the mother of Useni Dabo, nothing will happen to you. If you insult the uncle of Halifa Saleh, nothing will happen to you. If you insult my mother, by law, nothing will happen to you. If I insult your aunt, by law, nothing will happen to you. If Barrow insults my mother today, according to this law, nothing will happen to him. If Ismail Sise insults the father of Lamin Cham today, nothing will happen to you. But if you, Lamin Cham, you insult the aunt of Ismail Sise, Minister Ismail Sise, you can be arrested and sent to jail based on that law. If you insult the mother of the Vice President Mohamed B.S. Jallow, you can be arrested and taken to court. If I insult the uncle of the IGP Sidi Mukhtar Toure, I can be arrested and I can find myself in jail. This is it.
I see.
So this law, therefore, is discriminatory. It's unfair. Now, I agree with the principle that nobody should insult.
Yes.
Yes. This is what our cultures we are trained. This is what our religion we are trained. This is what the law itself, because law is also about ethics, and human rights about ethics, ethical values, that we should not insult. We should not, because insulting is derogation, is defamation, is trying to impugn the reputation of another individual, and that is a human rights violation. We should not degrade the dignity of one another. So insult should be avoided completely in any way.
But that's what the law is trying to do.
No, the law is not trying to do that. The law is trying to say for certain people, we should not insult them. But for the rest of this population, we can insult them. Because the law did not say, because the criminal code, and I hope people read our statement in terms of the criminal code.
Yeah.
I don't know where I can get it here to highlight one aspect of it. That is the value or the meaning of the criminal code, all right? For people to, understand what that means. I'm trying to open this here. The criminal code, like in any country, is very important, because ultimately it is there to deal with crimes, to prevent crimes.
Yeah.
And these crimes can come in various forms.
Yes.
Yes, it is not just stealing your property, but it is also a law that protects my dignity, not just my person, my physical being, that I would not be punched, attacked by someone, but it also protects my dignity as a human being. That's why we have slander or libel or defamation, that I have reputation. Yeah. That you cannot go and destroy my reputation.
Yeah.
So when you're going to have a law like that, let it not be discriminatory, because the reputation that President Barrow has and his mother is the reputation I have, dignity I have, and my mother. So Mr. Barrow may be president, but he has no more dignity than that woman or that madman at Tanka Tanka. We are all equal in rights and dignity.
Yes.
And everyone's dignity and rights must be protected. But this law and this provision in the criminal code, section 107, is not trying to do that. And the evidence of that, to tell you, Minister Ismail Sise was on radio some time ago, and we highlighted it. and responding to critics of the government,
Yeah.
and said, "By Ken Momut Dekabi," something like that.
Yeah,
Now we know that is not a respectful language. That's an insult in our language.
Yeah.
Now those critics, their fathers did not do anything. Their fathers are innocent. Why should I get to respond to those people and tell them, "By Ken Momut Dekabi"? All right. We saw not long ago also our ambassador, Fatmata Jahumpasise, said, UDP MPs and UDP members are Dome Haram.
UDP MPs.
Yes. and members. All right, but even MPs there.
Yeah.
Now that is an insult. That's parental insult.
Well, that was a gossip, not meant to be public. But
No, Cham, the law, the culture, the religion, what they teach us, even in private, we should not insult anyone. All right, but let it be a gossip in private. But it now became public, and it is the voice of a person.
Yeah.
But by this law, because that law did not cover ordinary members, it covers the National Assembly members.
It covered them.
Yeah, because the law says president, vice president, National Assembly member, minister.
So
I hope they won't arrest
the law will not be applied retroactively.
Well,
in that case, the law will not be applied.
But what it just highlights is the unfairness, the discriminatory nature of this law. And Cham, these are all the issues that really concern me about this country, particularly from 2017 to date. Why do you create this kind of law? I mean, Barrow himself and his other ministers, they've made derogatory remarks against citizens in public functions at State House. Now, my expectation is from 2017, we should renew this society. I mean, maybe not even renew, but we should change this society in a way to create a whole new society, different from what has been operating for the past 60 years.
So you are disappointed,
I'm hugely disappointed
by this law.
Yeah, because this law, the Criminal Offences Bill, was first put before Parliament in 2019 under the former Minister of Justice, Tambedo. There was an outcry. I was one of the voices against this parental insult. It was taken out, and the bill was brought back, and then only for it to come out now approved with that same law back in there. So I think as a center, this is it. We are a human rights center. And so we stand for human rights for all. Yes. Okay. And so it is not enough to create a law, but it is important that any law that is created protects all rights.
Good.